The nice thing about function notation is it looks like what it's describing. So um, this is kind of the place where you put the input variable. So f of x means you put x into this, and then this describes what you do to x once it's in the function, and then you get the output is just called f of x. So x becomes f of x. All right, and what you can do is you can start naming functions. So a lot of times people just say f, but you can name them anything. So the area of a circle, for example, if you've gotten into geometry, is pi r squared. And using function notation now, you're allowed to write this as area is a function of r, meaning you plug r into it and you'll get the area. So area of r is pi r squared. So that's nice. And you'll get into some other functions like there's one called the sine function, which is sin for short. You know, you plug stuff in and you'll do stuff to it. So now you know what people are talking about when they have a letter or a word like this or an abbreviation like this with parentheses and a variable inside. It's just saying take that variable and then do what's described to it and you'll get area or you'll get the sign. And there's a lot of these like this where it's really useful to write it in function notation. So if you want to write an equation for your distance away from school as a function of time, 2 hours from now you'll be a million miles from school, something like that. And you could write distance as a function of time. So time, you're letting the world know, is the input variable for your function. That's where you substitute in values. Like if I want to know how far away you are in 3 hours, I'll just plug in 3 to this, and you'd have your equation. So maybe you're running at 50 miles per hour. So 50, maybe your equation is 50 times t, and t would be measured in hours. So there's a lot of situations like this where it's nice to just use this kind of notation so that it's clearer what you're talking about. You're talking about distance as a function of time, or area as a function of the radius of a circle.